This morning, the NYPD's Hate Crimes Task Force is investigating reports of anti-Semitic vandalism at the homes of the Jewish board members of a big New York museum. On at least one home, red paint splashed on the entryway you see, writing "Blood on Your Hands." Police say 5 homes were vandalized like this. And New York's governor speaking out now about another incident, pro-Palestinian protests Monday at a memorial for people killed at the Nova Music Festival in Israel during the October 7th Hamas attacks.
This is so inhumane, and this is not who New Yorkers are, and we should not descend to this chaos and allow any tolerance for this disgusting, abhorrent behavior.
At that memorial, at that protest, police say some of those protesters were even waving Hamas and Hezbollah flags. And there's also the scene on the New York City subway this week as protesters chanted this.
Raise your hands if you're a Zionist! 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 This is your chance to get out! This is your chance to get out!
Joining us right now is the CEO and National Director of the Anti-Defamation League, Jonathan Greenblatt. Jonathan, thanks for being here.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Kate.
From the home of a museum director who happens to be Jewish, to an exhibit honoring victims of October 7th, to a New York City subway. What is going on here?
It's really quite astonishing to see this sort of anti-Semitism so brazen, so bold, and so ugly. So what you couldn't see in those images of the vandalism at that woman's home, who just happens to be Jewish, that is her offense, her identity, were inverted red triangles. This is what they painted on these homes. Now, the inverted red triangle is a symbol used by Hamas, you can see this in their videos, how they targeted Jews on 10/7 using that red triangle. So when we see these red triangles, it's a bullseye, putting a target on someone's home or someone's building just because of their faith.
I mentioned some of the protesters at the memorial were carrying flags for Hamas and Hezbollah. Also saw that some were even saying, "Long live October 7th."
That's right.
That's akin to chanting "Long live 9/11."
Of course. And by the way, this happened feet away from the 9/11 memorial. To think this is what we have descended to. So again, an exhibit honoring the victims of the bloodiest massacre against Jews since the Holocaust. And then people are standing outside, by the way, preventing others from getting in, holding terror flags and chanting "Long live October 7th" here in Manhattan. I mean, it is really almost unimaginable, like Governor Hochul said, unspeakable. And we should just acknowledge there's a reason why ADL has been saying, ringing the bell on why anti-Semitism is so dangerous. And it is.
Well, you don't need to look very far, sadly, in recent past to see what hate-filled anti-Semitic rhetoric can quickly lead to.
That's right. And we've seen this again and again. We saw in 2020 hate-filled rhetoric against Asian Americans and a mass casualty event in 21. We saw hate-filled rhetoric against Latino immigrants. We remember the shooting at the Walmart. We saw hate-filled rhetoric against Jews. We remember the shooting in Pittsburgh. Kate, I worry that we are like a match stroke away from a mass casualty event. And again, think about that subway. What if I had been on that subway train, standing there as me, surrounded by masked people, saying, if you're a Zionist, this is your chance to get off? What would they have done if or by the way, the 90+% of Jews who identify as Zionists, think about that. More than 90% of American Jews self-identify as Zionists. This is why at ADL we say anti-Zionism is anti-Semitism, because this is combustible. Someone is going to get killed.
We have talked often about how anti-Semitism has been on the rise in recent years. This was happening before October 7th, but it has exploded since October 7th. How does the country and the country's leaders turn this around? This is the piece that I'm missing. I hear Governor Hochul, I hear even New York City's mayor speaking out very strongly against what's happened here. But what hasn't been done? What is missing?
Well, we need action, not words. I mean, so there's some things we'd love to see happen right away. I think Governor Hochul needs to create a task force to address anti-Semitism immediately before something dramatic happens. And that means law enforcement, it means education. It means all of the powers of the state should be focused on how do we just keep people safe. That's number one. Number two, I mean, you probably saw the front page of the New York Post today. This masking issue has got to be dealt with. And there's a way to balance between free speech and the importance of free expression and keeping people safe from harm. So at ADL, we're looking at that. What's the right framework? And then number three, you know, we talked before about what's happening on campuses.
Yeah.
Before kids come back this fall, I think the U.S. Secretary of Education needs to convene a summit of university presidents. Every university in America should have a plan on how they're going to keep their Jewish students safe and allow all kids to learn.
It's a great thing that's a great point to make, because you have now a summer, right?
Yeah.
And you have people are in campuses all the time, but you have a summer, and what is going to happen in the fall is a really critical question.
One of the groups who led these, and I would call them protests. It's not a peaceful protest if you hold up signs that say, kill the Zionists. That's not peaceful. But one of the groups has said they're organizing a summer intifada so the students are ready in the fall. Right. This has got to stop.
Jonathan, thank you for coming in.
Thank you so much, Kate.